So I have another review for you guys, and this one's going to be about the Char Broil Deluxe Tabletop Barbecue. There's not a whole lot of reviews on this guy, so I figured I might as well make one. And to be quite honest, there's a few caveats. So let's dive in.
So full disclosure, kind of like a background, I wanted to buy the Weber Go Anywhere grill. But I really wanted the gas or propane version. I did not want to get a charcoal grill because, especially in California with all the wildfires are happening, there's a lot of restrictions and a lot of people are getting fines. I just didn't want to deal with that. I wanted to get a grill that I knew I could just put in the back of the car. It was going to be accepted everywhere, right? There wasn't going to be any restrictions. There wasn't going to be any fines. And I wasn't breaking any rules. The Weber Go Anywhere propane or gas version of that grill kind of had like this weird redesign in 2014. And I don't know why, because it was never broken, right? I mean, if it's not broken, don't try to fix it. But Weber apparently thought that they needed to fix it because they got rid of the standard grill grates and they have this like weird, like new grill grate that, I mean, all the reviews just hate the grill, right? They're saying that the new grill grates, it doesn't really grill anything. It kind of steams your food. I think it's the lowest reviewed product on Weber's website right now. And I don't get it because that grill has been around since, 1978? Anytime you needed a portable grill, that's the first thing everybody recommended. Actually, if you want a portable Go Anywhere barbecue grill and you don't care about propane, gas, or charcoal, I highly recommend you go and you buy the Weber Go Anywhere charcoal grill. It's true to the original design and it's probably one of the best portable grills you could buy, but I needed a propane version. So I went online, I did some research, and I really like that fold up, design that Weber had, and Char Broil had a similar design. The Deluxe model comes with the start ignition system. And it was only $5 extra, so I figured, might as well get the start ignition system. But I noticed that this barbecue grill is like, the prices are all over the place. Definitely watch later on because we're going to talk about price. And this thing, you can easily get ripped off if you're not careful. I found it on Kohl's, ironically, and it was $39.99. And then they also had a 20% off coupon code that they were advertising. And I plugged that in, and I think shipped with taxes, shipping, and everything that's standard, I think I got this out the door for less than $45. I can take a chance on it. It's still half the cost of that Weber redesign. And if it doesn't work out, I'll bite the bullet and I'll look for the original Weber gas grill on eBay. So we're going to start off the review by talking about shipping. Did I have any damages during shipping, and how is it shipped, right? Overall quality of the grill and just general assembly and things that I think you should watch out for when you're trying to assemble this grill.
Alright, so right off the bat, this thing is shipped in its own manufacturer's box. Everything is nicely tucked away, but you have very little protection during shipping, and my barbecue showed up with a bunch of dings and scratches, especially on the lid. Now, of course, this grill runs on these 1-pound propane tanks. At the time of filming this video, those propane tanks are really hard to find. There seems to be some sort of shortage, so just an FYI. Assembly is really easy. It took me about 20 minutes or so, but there's a few things to note. The top handle strips extremely easily, so make sure you hand torque those and do not over tighten. The next thing to note is the ignition system. The ground wire is way shorter than the illustration shows it to be on the manual, and it doesn't even ground in the same spot. So just make sure you find the nearest bolt and make sure you have full contact. You should be okay. I decided to ground it right behind the handle, and I don't have any problems with the ignition system. It sparks every single time I press the button, so just another FYI. Okay, let's talk about build and quality. Well, it's your typical Chinese cut corners manufactured product. The stamped steel is really thin and the handles are cheap plastic. The regulator on this thing is very, very poorly thought out and problematic, and you'll see if you continue watching my video, I had some problems with the regulator. Okay, now it's time to do the burn off, which is basically when you light the grill at the highest setting and you let it sit for around 20 minutes or so you can burn off all of the manufacturer's grease and protective coating. During burn off, the top handle got really hot, and I'm not sure why because it didn't happen during the cook, so just something to kind of be aware of. After burn off was complete, I allowed the barbecue to cool for around 10 minutes or so and then folded her up to get ready to go to the park. It folds up in a nice convenient small package and takes up very little real estate in your car. So we were actually celebrating a birthday, and after seeing the build quality of this thing, I was really afraid it was going to explode in my face. But after getting to the park, I set it up and I got ready to cook some marinated chicken legs and carne asada. I wanted to cook something that was heavily marinated because I wanted to test the grill's abilities to handle flare-ups. So with most of these cheaply made small grills on the market, as soon as they flare up, they catch on fire. So I wanted to make sure that didn't happen. I ignited the grill, made sure it was on, closed the lid, and brought it up to operating temperature, and then started to cook. So right out of the gate, things were smelling and looking pretty good. And to be honest, at this price point, I was a little impressed. Now, the chicken did stick a bit, but that's expected with the new grill. The grill grates aren't really seasoned, and everything's kind of fine-tuning itself. Alright, so the grill's all fired up, and right now we're cooking the marinated chicken, and it's doing just fine.
Alright, so I spoke way too soon. I actually had a lot of problems with this grill just turning off on me.
Okay, so right around here I started noticing something was wrong. I'm not really feeling any heat, and the food's not really cooking. It just randomly stops cooking, and then when I open up the lid, it looks like it just blows itself out. So I'm not sure why it's doing that. It's kind of a windy day today, but nothing too crazy, and the lid's on, so it should stay lit. I just noticed, like, the gas is just going, and it's just out. Like, the gas is being wasted and there's no flame. So maybe that's because it's a new grill or not, but we'll see. I mean, I'm noticing that the food just kind of stopped cooking. So there it goes again. There's no flame. I gotta go ahead and start it again. And there it goes, it just lit. So there it is again. It just lit, but it wasn't before. So I don't understand. It just keeps turning itself off. Okay, now we're cooking again. You can see that the smoke is back up. Yeah, definitely this thing has a problem where it just blows out. The flame just goes out and has a problem cooking, but now we're cooking again.
It would just blow out on me, where the flame would literally just blow off. And I don't know why. That day at the park, it really wasn't too windy. I think we were getting between 5 and 7 miles per hour. And I kept rotating the grill, trying to find like a sweet spot where it wouldn't shut off. It seemed to do a lot more better and a little bit more consistent with the lid off. So I think it's an airflow or oxygen issue, because the gas was still going. You could smell the gas. It was just basically wasting gas. So that was really annoying, and it happened throughout the entire cook. I had to babysit it, and it really extended the cook time, right? Because it just kept turning off, and then I had to turn it back on, wait for the grill to get hot again, and start cooking again. The regulator's really flimsy. And initially I thought, maybe I didn't have the bottle on right, or the regulator wasn't on right. But there's only one way to put the regulator on. And the bottles, I kept on screwing them back in. They were fine. Because during burnout, I had no problems. And, it wasn't too windy around that time. But 5-7 mile per hour winds, I mean, there should be no excuse for that. That's not really windy, is it? I mean, I don't know. And then obviously with it constantly turning off and me needing to babysit it, I couldn't enjoy any time with my family. When you guys are barbecuing, you'll put the chicken on, you'll make sure the temperature's good, everything's ready to go. And then you'll go, throw the ball around with someone or hang out with your kids or whatever, and then come back periodically and just keep an eye on the food. But I couldn't do that because I had no idea if it was on or not, right? So that really sucked.
Okay, the grill continued to shut itself off throughout the entire day. I kept unscrewing and screwing on the propane tank, rotating it. I kept the lid on the entire time. It would just blow itself out. So that was definitely problematic, and I have to take a closer look to see what exactly is going on. There's plenty of gas going through, it's just the flames keep getting blown out. So, yeah, it is what it is. But the day turned out to be pretty nice. So how did this barbecue perform? Well, it performed on its most basic function, which is to take a fuel source, combine it with air, ignite it, create fire, and then cook your food. Was the food delicious? Yes, it was. Did it take longer than usual to cook? Yes, it did. The barbecue kept turning off on me. Would I recommend this barbecue or buy it again? Well, that's a bit more complicated. What are my thoughts on this grill, and should you buy one? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let me tell you.
Final thoughts on this grill. For what it is, for a grill that's portable that you can take anywhere and beat the heck out of it, it's fine. The quality of the materials are not that great. They definitely cut corners. The regulator's kind of iffy. And just overall, you get what you pay for, in other words. But that brings me back to the price. For under 45 bucks, I'm okay with this grill. And there's a couple of things I gotta tweak to get it to be a little bit more reliable. But it generally does what I want it to do. However, do not buy this grill for anything over 50 bucks. And if you go on the internet right now, you'll see outrageous prices. Actually, Walmart has an outrageous price. Walmart has this thing advertised for, I think, over 200 bucks, like $220. And, they have it on sale from 220 or whatever, over 200 bucks, all the way down to $89. And when you click on it, it's actually 120. I have no idea what they're smoking. Whatever they're smoking must be really good stuff, because they're ripping people off left and right. Don't get ripped off. Watch your prices very carefully. Don't pay more than 50 bucks for this thing. And, be careful. I've seen it on Amazon for 65, 70. I've seen it on Target for 80 bucks. Kohl's right now has it for a decent price. I think even if you go to Char Broil's website, I think they have it for 40 or 50 bucks. So don't overpay. I have no idea why they're overcharging people. They have the non-starter version of this grill. I think just pay the $5. There's a $5 difference at Kohl's. Just pay the $5. The ignition system is actually working just fine. I have no problems with the ignition system. Oftentimes it started on the first click, or if it didn't, it would be, the second or third click. Also, know the limitations of this grill. Know what you're buying. You're not going to be feeding 12 people, right? You're going to be cooking for about 4 to 6 people. So maybe 2 couples, 3 couples at most. This does not replace a on your deck or patio or backyard grill, right? And I know that sounds ridiculous, but I have to say, because a lot of these reviews, even for the Weber grills, a lot of the reviews are like, oh, it caught on fire, or, takes too long to cook my 2-inch thick steak. Well, it's not made for that. I think it's a good buy at 45 bucks. Quality is very questionable, so I don't know how long it's going to last. I know those Weber grills, there's people that have them still from the 80s and early 90s. I don't think this is going to last that long, but I figured, hey, if it lasts for a year or two, whatever. I got my money's worth, and then I can update to something else. So I hope this video was informative. I hope you guys liked this video. I didn't see a whole lot of reviews on this grill, so I really wanted to do something that just kind of gave everybody a nice overview, right? I did a first cook to kind of abuse it. I really wanted to test flare-ups, right? Because a lot of these cheap grills, as soon as they flare up, they're on fire, right? Please share with your friends and family. Don't get ripped off with some of these outrageous prices, right? Spread the word. You know, I don't want people buying this thing at, you know, 200 bucks, right? That's just ridiculous. Look, overall, under 50, get it. Other than that, I would pass on it. I hope you guys liked this review. I hope it was informative. I hope it saved you some money. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Hey there. Did you like that video? If you did, I'd really appreciate your help. See, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. And if you can subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so you get notified of my next video, I'd really appreciate it. And if you could share with your family and friends, that would help a lot. Thanks, guys. I'll see you guys on the next video. Have a great day.